Hello, and thank you for watching this video. Today we're going to be talking about understanding why fleas attack your cat or dog and some methods that we can use to control flea infestations. My name is Dr. Melissa Bourgeois. I am a veterinarian, and while I hope you find the information in this video to be useful in helping you to control fleas on your cat or dog, this video is not intended to replace the advice or guidance of your veterinarian, so please always consult your veterinarian if there are any problems. So let's get started. Fleas. We're going to answer three major questions in this video. The first question we're going to answer is, what do fleas on my dog or cat look like? How do I tell I have a flea infestation? The second question we're going to answer is, why does my dog or cat get fleas? And the third question we're going to answer is, how do I get rid of those fleas? So, what does a flea infestation look like? Now, your dog or cat may exhibit no clinical signs, or they may exhibit some common clinical signs, including itching, chewing, rubbing, and licking. Now, often when fleas are bothering your dog and cat, you're going to see this itching, chewing, rubbing, and licking taking place mainly near the base of the tail and right above the base of the tail in what we call the lumbar area. However, these signs can occur all over the body of the dog or the cat. And these are just some videos of common clinical signs that we'll see with dogs and or cats that might be infested with fleas. Now you may think, if my dog or cat has fleas, I'm going to see them. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. A lot of dogs and cats are so bothered by fleas that they're very good at getting rid of those fleas by eating them. Now, if you are looking for fleas on your dog or cat, there are three main areas that you want to inspect. The first area, of course, is going to be the inguinal area or the groin area, also the armpit area, and at the base of the tail. Those are going to be your more common areas that you find fleas. And here's an example. What you want to do is you want to part the hair, getting down to the skin, and you'll see the fleas moving, and oftentimes they're a lot faster than this. Another thing you want to look for is what we call flea dirt, and that's going to be those specks of brown in your dog or cat's hair coat. And that's actually flea feces or flea poop. Fleas poop out blood from their feeding, and what you can do to make sure it's flea dirt or flea poop is you can put it onto a white paper towel using a flea comb and then put a drop of water on top of that flea dirt and mush it up, and it should turn a rusty red color. Now, some dogs and cats may develop more severe signs associated with having fleas. So besides that itching, chewing, rubbing, licking, you might see hair loss, you might see red skin, and you might even see skin infections caused by bacteria that your veterinarian will prescribe antibiotics for. This is a condition that we call flea allergy dermatitis, or FAD, and this is just a picture of what it can look like and how severe it can get. As you can see, this dog has all those signs that we just talked about: reddening of the skin, hair loss, and even some signs associated with bacterial skin infection. The next question to ask is, why does my dog or cat get fleas? At some point during the day, your dog or cat will go outside. In the areas that your dog or cat goes, other animals, such as wildlife, feral animals, or other neighborhood animals, may have passed by with fleas. These fleas hop off these other animals, lay eggs, preferably in shady areas such as under porches and trees, and then when your cat or dog walks by these areas or lays down in these areas, newly hatched fleas jump onto your dog or cat, and then your dog or cat brings them into the house. These are just some examples of areas where fleas may be. For example, under the porch, notice that it's shady, or under a tree. Now, once your dog or cat has those fleas from the outside, they'll come back inside. Those fleas that are feeding on your dog and cat will feed for about 24 hours before they jump off to go lay their eggs and create more fleas. You'll often see this in areas that your dog or cat frequents, such as their favorite chair or their favorite rug. Once the adult fleas lay eggs, these eggs drop off into the environment. They develop into the next stage of the flea life cycle called larvae. The larvae actually feed off of blood that the adult flea poops out. The larvae then become pupa, and the pupa are the life stage of the flea that makes them so hard to kill. And the reason being is they weave this special cocoon, which they wrap around different fibers, and it makes them resistant not only to physical disturbance, such as vacuuming, but also to desiccation. Each stage of the flea life cycle takes about 1 to 2 weeks to complete. Pupa emerge from their cocoons in response to carbon dioxide, heat, or light. They emerge as adults, which hop onto your dog or cat and restart the flea life cycle. In the absence of carbon dioxide, heat, and light, pupa can remain viable in the environment for 6 months or longer. However, the average flea life cycle only takes about 1 to 3 months to complete, so it's recommended to eliminate infestations to treat for 3 months. However, keep in mind, dogs and cats are continually getting reinfected from fleas, so they should be treated year-round. These are what magnified flea eggs look like. In reality, they're about the size of pieces of salt. These are larvae. Here are some pupae wrapped up in cocoons. And here, of course, is the adult flea. This is the flea dirt I was talking about. Bits of blood pooped out by adults, those little brown flecks. And of course, humans can get bitten by fleas as well. Now, fleas, of course, are responsible for transmitting a number of different diseases to people, dogs, cats, and other animals. Some of these diseases include plague, cat scratch disease, also known as Bartonellosis, and other bacteria. So how do I control fleas? The first step that you want to consider is control of the outdoor environment. The next step that you want to consider is eliminating fleas from your household. And the final step that you want to consider, and perhaps the most important step, is eliminating fleas on your dog or cat. To eliminate fleas from the outdoor environment, you can never fully eliminate fleas, it should be noted, but things that you can do to help control any fleas that your dog or cat may be exposed to when they go outside is to eliminate areas where wildlife may frequent or feral animals may frequent, and this includes closing off areas under the porch or shady areas. It is generally not recommended to spray pesticides outside to control fleas, since constant reinfestation is a problem. Things that you can do to control fleas in the indoor environment include mechanical control, which includes vacuuming areas, even between floorboards where dogs and cats may frequent, and washing bedding that dogs and cats may lay on. Application of pesticides in the indoor environment should always be done by a licensed professional. Products to control fleas on dogs and cats can include temporary solutions, such as flea shampoos and flea sprays that will not last longer than a few hours to a maximum of 24 hours. Longer-term solutions include topical products, tablets, and collars. These products last 4 weeks or longer and should be used all year long, since fleas can infest indoor environments even in the coldest of winters. For topical products, always make sure to part the hair so that the product comes in contact with the skin. Collars work by friction and spread throughout the hair coat into the lipid layer of the dog or cat's skin. For oral products, always make sure to read instructions as to whether to provide the product with or without food. And please keep in mind that the efficacy of topical products and collars is decreased with bathing and frequent swimming. I hope you have found this video useful in understanding why your dog or cat gets fleas. In summary, fleas are everywhere, and if your dog or cat goes outside or is exposed to someone or something that goes outside, it is very easy for them to get fleas. You want to control fleas in the outdoor environment, but especially in the indoor environment. And most importantly, you want to keep your cat or dog on year-round flea control.